Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mike Armstrong podcast show. And this morning I'm joined by Kevin Besford, and he's from a company called P2S Travel, based in the southwest. Cornwall or Devon, Kevin?
I'm in Devon, Mike.
Devon.
Newton Abbot, where the racecourse is.
Okay, brilliant. And we met online recently networking, but this is our first chat other than what was it, LinkedIn? I think LinkedIn communication to arrange the chat. This is our first chat. So, how are you doing today, Kevin? You okay?
Yeah, I can't complain. Doesn't do any good to anyone, does it?
No, definitely doesn't. Yeah, I'm somebody who's loving life at the moment because I'm on a mission for like the last 8 years since I've been working from home. So lockdown haven't changed a lot for me because I've been working from home. I'm on a mission to try and get, especially the older entrepreneurs, older than me. I'm sort of like at the front end of the tech revolution, and the older entrepreneurs than me, generally, some of them embrace technology in percentages, some embraced it fully, but most in a little way. But because they were used to doing things traditionally, they didn't have to embrace necessarily technology as much as maybe some of the younger entrepreneurs who sort of went in straight in at the technology age, if you like. But coronavirus has done a wonderful job of putting everybody into the online space, which is the online space where I operate. So coronavirus has been like the best salesperson I could have ever employed, for getting people into technology. And now it's my job now to help those people more and more delve into the world of technology and how they can use the internet and technology to promote themselves and their business more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can relate to that. I mean, prior to lockdown, I was I've literally turned 180 degrees, if you like. Because prior to lockdown, I was a mortgage broker by trade,
Yeah,
and I had this sideline at the home-based business on the side.
yeah.
And because of lockdown, I couldn't deal with that, handling the idea of seeing a mortgage client on a Zoom call. That to me has to be face to face. There's documents involved, and it's a bit more personal. So I flipped totally. The amount I've learned on social media, and now my sideline home-based business is my main business,
Yeah.
and the mortgages are on the side.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I would say, you probably could still do the mortgage business. A mate of mine's a financial advisor. He does, commercial stuff for directors, like directors' loan insurances and life insurances and all that. And he does it all by Zoom now.
Yeah, I'm sure it can be done, but it's just a personal choice. I felt I needed that personal interaction with a
Yeah.
client to get a feel for what they're like, where they are, and that sort of thing. It's just, yeah, I've always done it, and to me, that was too big a higher ticket item in someone's life to do by a virtual method.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. But yeah. So obviously the holiday side of things have taken up more then. So is this one of those like IntelliTravel or something like that? One of those
Oh,
multi-level.
don't swear at me, Mike, please. No, they're a travel agent. We're not.
Okay, so what do you do then? Tell us a little bit more about what you are.
Okay, well, we're a travel club, right? A travel and savings club.
Yeah,
Okay, so what we don't sell anybody's holidays. We don't book anybody's holidays for them. We literally show them a way that they can come and join us as a member of the club, and then as a result, take care of their own trips in the future for a far better package and price than they could ever hope to before. We're talking about going on, weeks vacation to Florida, for example, $1 a night, that sort of price.
okay.
We're not waiting, and we're not selling it as a travel agent and waiting for commission when they come back. Yeah, we've turned the model on its head. It all revolves around membership and being part of the club. So everybody earns from being members as well as getting these cracking deals.
Yeah, oh, sounds interesting. I've not heard of that one. I've heard a lot of the travel MLM, the IntelliTravels and all of that. Obviously, I do a lot of business network and I meet a lot of people, so I get to hear about all of these things generally at the front end of the queue, and then I get contacted
Yeah.
non-stop on LinkedIn by people telling me more about the same thing I've heard about ages ago. Like, as they start catching up with being told, and then
So,
spreading the word. But I've not heard about that one, so that's a new one for me.
it's an interesting one that a number of people from IntelliTravel have left that and come to us.
Are they?
Because you see, the comparison, I mean, IntelliTravel will believe, and I've only heard what they've said, that you have to, really learn and learn and learn all these different locations as if you're in a high street travel agent, which is more like a job, really.
Yeah.
And you've got the stress of things going wrong and having to sort out people's problems if they're on a trip and all this sort of thing. And there's not, to my mind, it doesn't sound like it's got a lot of plus points to it. Oh, yes, you can earn by building a team, but it seems to be the impression I get is more about just earning off the team rather than helping the team. Yeah, I might have got that bit wrong, but that's the impression I get from people that have come across to us from IntelliTravel. And they say they earn money, they make money by the commissions on their own trips. Well, we don't pay that sort of amount for our own trips anyway. So what's the better deal, paying, I don't know, 70% for the price of your trip, or $1 a night?
So do you get the discounts then? Because obviously they get discount because they're the trade, if you like, so they're getting trade prices. Do you get the discount because it's economies of scale? Is it because of the club, the size of the club?
Exactly. The CEO, it all comes from America. It's been over there since 2013. And it's literally buying the accommodation in bulk that gets in such a good, strong buying power. And it's a live inventory all the time. You just decide, I want to go away in a couple of weeks' time, let's see what's there, and use the credit you've built up over the months to go there for a sit. It was $1 a night. And it's people are out there enjoying 2, 3, 4 weeks holiday a year in that method.
Yeah, definitely. So it's a bit like a modern change on timeshare then, really. But instead of it being timeshare, it's more location option.
That's right. I mean, with the timeshare, there's quite large sums of money involved, aren't there? It's quite typical, 30,000 upfront investment fee, and then the annual servicing fee for them all. With ours, we've had other timeshare people come to us interested as well, because there's similarities in the model. But the most we are asking for upfront is $300.
So it's like an online digital version of timeshare where the numbers can be much greater, so therefore the commitments are much less, and it's global, so you're all collaborating together as a global sort of buying group.
That's correct. And they get a lot more choice of where they can go than a timeshare would, and more often, and for a lot less. I mean, if you never. A lot of the model is built around encouraging, sharing it with other people and building a team, just like others in the networking industry. But the nice thing with ourselves is all you need is 3 people to come in after you, and you're free. So you get free membership for all the travel we're offering. All right. Now, even if you don't do anything on that respect and just pay your monthly membership fees, most you're going to pay is about $1,100 a year doing it that way. And for that, you're going to get, on the first year, you get $12,000 worth of travel accommodation. So, the word no-brainer has been mentioned by people on presentations. Getting an awful lot back.
I guess it's a no-brainer for those who do travel a lot,
That's right, But this is not, and it's not just the travel side. I mean, in the UK, we've got a savings portal attached to it as well. So you can save money on virtually everything you spend. We can save you money on your shopping at Tesco's. You can save money on your high street shopping at Argos, Smiths, Boots, B&Q, all these places. You can save money on the domestic theme parks. Save money on fuel for your car.
So it's a buying group for other things as well, then, not just holidays,
That's right. I mean, I think funerals is probably the only thing we haven't got covered that you can save money on. You can literally save money on virtually everything else you do in life. And it all adds up.
Definitely. And so is that company or that buying group called P2S, or is that just your brand name and it's called something else?
The group is P2S. That's what the brand started in the USA, and that's what we've got over here. It's worldwide. I mean, in the UK team, I'm quite high up in the UK team now. We're still in its infancy, just about 140, 150 people in the UK. So the timing couldn't be better. It's even within that team, we've grown into South Africa, Dubai, Lithuania, many other countries just about to hit within Italy. So it expands pretty quick.
And what's the sort of you mentioned there's a monthly fee and all that. What's the setup cost and the monthly fee for that?
Well, we always start at what we call the platinum level. It's the best value for everybody. It's $300 to join in the first month. Now, of that $300, $250 of that goes into your travel kitty, effectively, so you can travel with that later. All right. So it's not dead money, that's travel money for later, right? Subsequent months, you pay $125, which is about 99 quid, and that company doubles that. So every month you're paying $125, you're getting $250 towards your future travel. So effectively, you're getting a half price if you do nothing else.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as I say, once you get 3 people to come in after you, yours is free, but you're still getting $250 towards your travel every month.
Yeah.
And it's that process that drives down the price for you when you decide to take trips.
Yeah, so basically it's like paying your holiday monthly. Yeah, you pay
Yeah.
monthly towards your holiday, and once you've got up to a certain amount, you can just start picking and choosing locations.
Exactly, but you're getting more for your buck than just putting your own money away each month.
Yeah, yeah.
And
So
as I say,
it's a little bit like that Save for Christmas scheme, you know?
yeah, there's a comparison there, but I say you're getting far more for it, and the company matches you dollar for dollar.
Yeah, yeah. So
Uh,
it's like
yeah,
that. Yeah, but it's like
yeah,
that, but where they're giving you twice as much for your money rather
okay,
than just giving you your money at the
yeah.
end of the year.
And I don't think these Christmas schemes will pay your money for you once you've got 3 people.
No. Well, no, I think they used to give you a commission or something. I think, didn't they, if you
Mhm.
referred or whatever? So but yeah,
Yeah,
it's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm always interested in people's creativity and schemes, and coming up
mhm,
with
yeah,
different models for business and
mhm, yeah.
stuff like that.
Well, the whole networking industry, in effect, they've turned a lot of it on its head. Because I'm sure you're fairly familiar with the networking industry. Um, it's always in the past been it's the ones right at the top of the tree that seem to earn all the money. You've got to go for an awful lot of slog earning pennies to get anywhere
Yeah,
and get an awful lot of people. Well, this is turned on its head because we can get decent returns of money straight from the off, and it's not just the ones at the top who are getting the big money.
no,
And they really have to build a team of 15 people, and you're starting having a decent residual income of 400 a month.
yeah, yeah,
Unless you're spending money for your trips, your flights.
yeah. Yeah, yes, sounds like a good model. I think that's a lot of the models. I think a lot of the old models it was those that got in early, they made the money, and the ones
Exactly. Yeah.
later. And then
Yeah.
everyone learned that, it was quite hard to recruit them because once you got that initial first load in, people didn't want to join then because they're like, oh, I'm too late for the front end now. So therefore, I'm just, I'm part of the fodder, if you like. And I think that's why a lot of the models have had to come up with better creative
As
plans.
well. But also what we've got in place. We have a two-legged model, so we're going to put one on the left, one on the right. So that everybody's helping everybody else more so than the front-loaded models.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, and so yeah, that's a good model. I myself I help people market stuff, so I help people market all sorts of
Yeah.
businesses and opportunities, etc. I haven't got into the MLM because I'm into building my own business, not building a business which is in someone else's brand, which I then don't own, if you like. I'd rather invest in growing my own business, and that's what always been my plan. I may well. I've been thinking about maybe doing a little bit of something on the time, but I'm always very cautious because I believe in putting everything into plan A and not necessarily having a plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I'm a bit the opposite. Even without my networking that I do these days, many years ago, when I was still in the financial world then, an accountant said to me then, to be successful, you need as self-employed, you need 6 income streams.
yeah.
I'm not saying
The average top entrepreneur got 7. But I'd rather have those 7 income streams as my income streams,
yeah,
not someone else's. I'm relying on that something may or may not go right or wrong with them.
yeah. Well, if you think about it, just think of the analogy. It's like with a large company having one major customer, isn't it?
Yeah,
Like I know the big one in the news at the moment is Rolls-Royce. Their main industry is supplying engines for BA for the planes.
yeah,
Now, obviously, they're struggling at the moment. So Rolls-Royce is struggling because they haven't diversified. They've got that one customer,
yeah.
and they go down the pan together if that happens.
Yeah, that's it. But if I was in charge of Rolls-Royce, see, I'd have the Rolls-Royce Air division,
Yeah,
Rolls-Royce Motor division,
yeah,
Rolls-Royce, whatever division. So that's what. So I'm all about growing my own 7 streams of income, but under my own brand. So
yeah,
like I got the MA Group, which does different things. you know, and obviously I'm looking to grow the income streams on each of the different things that I do, rather than necessarily, you know, have separate streams of income. But there are, every now and then I get interested by one or two that are different to the model, if you like, or that I think actually I like that model. One of them I've been thinking about for a while is a company called Cash FX, which does Forex trading.
Yeah.
So I quite like that model because it's quite, you haven't got to do anything. You haven't got to recruit. You haven't got to do anything. You just can buy a bit into the business, by a minimum entry level, and then you can make money on that. And then if you do happen to recruit, then you can make more money on that money as well. But you don't have to. You can just sit there and make money. So it's a bit like a savings account. Yeah, if you want it to be just a savings account, it's just a savings account. But then if actually you just get one or two or three more very active people behind you, and then they recruit, then you can make a lot more money on your savings than just, you know, having the money in the bank. And this is an interesting model, so I don't mind you sending some information over. But for me, I just always much prefer to think, okay, if I need to have those 7 income streams, how do I have 7 income streams that are still under the MA group, if you like? You know, they're my income streams that I'm at the top of and always in control of, like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some of the team, they do brand themselves. I mean, there's no problem with that. I mean, one of my team members branded herself Paradise Travel, for example, just partnered with P2S. There's nothing wrong with that. A lot of people do it. But, you know, I don't feel personally the need to change the name of it. You know, it's just me. I don't employ people. So, you know, I build my own future. So it's just my name there, P2S Travel.
Yeah.
And it's really, we're trying to get in the habit of calling it P2S Wholesale Travel and Savings Club now. So we emphasize the savings as well. But,
or P2S Travel and Buying Group or something like that, you know.
So everybody wins. We can get a free trip for joining, for this sake, you know.
Yeah.
So just by joining, if you were to join the club today, tomorrow you could look at booking it to Thailand, Bali, or Tenerife for free. You just got to get there.
Yeah.
You've got 2 years to take that. You've got 2 years to take that.
Yeah, it does sound quite good for especially for those that travel a lot. I'm not one of those that travels that much. I used to travel a lot more when I was employed. Now I'm self-employed. I don't travel so much because I'm too busy building my empire to take time off. I'll take time off when I can travel around the world, you know, non-stop, you know, from a boat or a yacht or something, like, you know. Until then, I'll forego my holidays until I build my empire, like, you know. So, I'm on a mission.
That when I joined this company, I had to get my passport renewed.
Yeah. I'm on a mission to become a global speaker anyway. So if I start globally traveling around the world speaking, then I'll get my travel sorted with that, like, you know. So I'll probably bolt on like I used to do when I used to travel around the country. I used to travel around the country and then bolt on a couple of days. If I'm up somewhere nice, part of the world, I'd bolt on a couple of days and stay there for a few days and get to see it, like, you know. So if I do some traveling around the world for speaking, I'd probably do that, you know, bolt on a couple of days here and there and sample a bit of the world, like, you know.
Yeah, well, we have got part of the club that does that as well. And so what I've mentioned so far is what we call our Dreamcations. In addition to that, we have a hotel portal where you can just do as you said there, just pop in and book a hotel for a couple of nights. There's over 1 million hotels on there, and they're always pitched at about 20% cheaper than Expedia and Booking.com.
Yeah.
So whatever you do there, you can save money on those hotels.
Okay. Well, if my global speaking ambitions start bearing fruit soon, and I start traveling, then I'll definitely be in touch.
Yeah. What's this word if? It should be when.
Well, when, yeah. Well, you know, yeah. Just it's just still early days at the moment. I'm obviously busy on my podcast and my YouTube channel, looking to get to the level of. It's a difficult level to achieve a global speaking gig. So, you know, I'm still not 100%. You know, I'm confident I could do it, but it's just a big task. Like, you know what I mean? It's a big task. So, you know, it may take a few years, you know. It may well be that I just have to crack the UK speaking circuit for a while first, because, you know, it's big ambitions, big plans. But I'll definitely get there to the global basis. But it just may take a while, like, you know, because it's not easy. It's a very competitive space.
Oh, sure it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so find yourself quite low down on the bill to start with, and then work your way to the top.
Exactly. I'm very ambitious, and I believe in positivity. But you also got to be realistic as well. So I think I could become a global speaker, but you can't just click your fingers and make it happen. You've got to work very hard in a very high pace, high activity, high creativity, high momentum space for a while to be able to get up to that sort of momentum,
Yeah, sure.
But I started it during lockdown, so I'm only 6 months into that momentum. But I'm building nice pace and steam and stuff. I recorded my 500th podcast episode the other day, and I had my 5,000th download last night. So in such a short period of time, I'm building momentum. But it takes sometimes you can create as much activity and action and content as you want, but sometimes it takes a lucky break. It takes sharing the stage with somebody, or it takes doing something unique or different. That's why I'm trying to do create so much content, because that's why I'm creating so much content, because I want to be the crazy Welsh person who created 1,500 episodes in his first year or something like that. Give myself a story or something to leverage upon to get into those global
speaking
gigs,
So have you got a good following on YouTube already?
Well, I've only got about 30, 40 subscribers. I've had lots of viewers of my videos, but I think still the thing is, when you're building an audience, you've got to find your niche audience, the one that really, really like the content and the ones that resonate with you. I think my niche audience is probably going to be the people I have on the podcast, because I get entrepreneurs on to chat about their business opportunities, their business, etc. We also talk about lockdown quite a lot, which we haven't done yet. So I might ask you a little bit about lockdown in a minute. But so, and then a lot of those entrepreneurs, so the problem with entrepreneurs, they haven't always got the time. Yeah. So like they're 45 minutes to an hour long, a lot of my episodes. This one's only going to be 30 minutes because I got a call at 10. But they're quite long. So therefore, the really, really busy entrepreneurs like myself, they haven't got time to listen to that long episodes all the time. Yeah. So a lot of the people I get on, if they're as busy as me, they won't be able to necessarily listen to all of the content that I produce, because I've done over 115, I think, chats since mid-June. You know what I mean? So I probably wouldn't have the time to listen to all of that content. It's too much content,
It's a lot in a day as well, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but there'll be a lower level of entrepreneur who's not creating as much activity and action, who's maybe still learning how to be an entrepreneur, and they're not really fully utilizing their time yet, who may want to listen to the chats in order to learn from other people who are already doing what they want to be doing. So I see it as like a breeding ground, an academy, if you like, for startups and for young entrepreneurs.
Okay, yeah.
That's what I'm creating it for, is to help young entrepreneurs by listening to older entrepreneurs talk about what they've done and what their successes are and what they're doing and all of that sort of thing. But obviously those younger entrepreneurs, it takes them a bit of time to find us older entrepreneurs, because we're not in their peer group. We don't necessarily always spend the same time doing the same things. So that's the group that I'm trying to work my way into, is how do I find more and more of those young entrepreneurs when they're not the ones I go networking with and do online stuff with or whatever. It's more my peer group and older entrepreneurs that I've always networked with, because I'm always quite advanced for my age. So I always network with people in the sort of 10, 15-year age group above me, really. I've always done that, in my life, because I've always been quite ahead of the curve. I was a sales manager at like 23. I was a supervisor in sales at 18. I was a premier account sales director at what was I? Probably about 28, something like that. So I was a premier account director running the corporate key accounts team. So I've always done things quite early, quite young for my age, group. So I've always hung around with people a bit older than me, because I've been in the same sort of space in life really as them, so a lot of the people I network with and hang out with now are in their sort of 50s really. I'm only 42, 43.
It's those younger entrepreneurs that we're keen to speak to as well, really, because it's those, we're looking for the pioneering type of entrepreneurs. We want people that'll help us get into other countries as well.
Yeah.
So we're already in a few. We're looking for leaders that would really grasp this and see the potential. And you think we've got people out there, leaders out there earning 7-figure incomes in the States.
Yeah.
That's what's achievable without having teams of the size that you would normally associate with networking.
Yeah, well, at the moment, I sort of resonate with like you say, the mid-50s. I get quite a lot of them on my podcast and stuff. I do resonate as well with people down to my age, 40s and stuff. But it's reaching those younger entrepreneurs who, a lot of those will find, somebody like Grant Cardone, for example, or they'll find, somebody who's really high profile and been around for a while. But, it's hard, it's hard reaching those youngsters. I'm a Business Wales mentor in Wales, and they put me in touch with a few of those, but you only get it's a small number of those people that reach out and say, oh, I need help, and I help some of those with digital marketing and that sort of thing, and older school sales and marketing strategies and that sort of thing, because obviously they need help in those areas, but yeah, I think, for me, the strategy is just create a lot of content, put it in a lot of places, and hopefully those people will find me as and when they need to. But that will take time. It's not a quick fix.
No, sure. So you're on YouTube, then you're the equivalent of Mark Jarrett on WhatsApp.
So what Mark Jarrett does on WhatsApp, I've been doing on all social media platforms for about 8 years. So Mark concentrates on WhatsApp, but I've been using. I've been using LinkedIn for 20 years, and I'm in the top 0.5% of LinkedIn users. So I do a lot on LinkedIn, but I also do a lot with Facebook and Facebook groups. I also do a lot with, I used to do much more with Twitter, but I still do a bit with Twitter. But I do Instagram, but I do the podcast and I do the YouTube. So I'm a bit omnipresent. I'm everywhere. Yeah. That's my mission, is to be everywhere. And if you actually do a Google search and you have a look for hashtag Mike Armstrong, you'll see a lot of my content, and where it is literally everywhere. So, at the end of the day, I'm just putting stuff out there in as many places as possible and as often as possible. And at some point, the tribe and the crowd that I'm looking to attract will find me.
Yeah. The momentum and the numbers will increase exponentially then, won't it?
Well, you hit a tipping point at some point, where you just can't be missed, and I'm not far off that tipping point, to be honest with you, I was pretty close to it anyway. I got 5 websites, 5 blogs. I got, so I blog a lot as well. And I was pretty active and busy before the lockdown on social, but I've added podcasting and YouTube into it as well. And that's much better for reaching global. So I was pretty well known in the UK before lockdown, but now I'm getting known, internationally. I've had quite a lot of international guests on my podcast, which helps, and I'm doing a lot more online networking events globally now as well, because obviously they've started growing here and there. And my mission is just to become the most known person on the planet doing what I do.
Well, really, I'm international for you, really, with you being Wales, isn't it?
What's that? Sorry.
So I'm international for you as well, really, because you're Wales.
Yeah, exactly. Well, everyone outside of Wales is international for me, and ultimately, the more people who know you, the more people who are going to want to, engage with you when you start doing things like I've written a book, but I haven't published it yet. But once I publish my book, well, people are going to buy it or engage with it if they know you, whereas if they don't know you, they won't. So they'll either buy it because they like this topic or the subject matter or the cover or the name, or they'll buy it because they know you and they want to read your story or whatever, So for me, it's about just becoming as known as you can, yeah. And then people will want to engage with your courses, your speaking, and the more to become a global speaker or to become a speaker, you've got to be able to sell tickets or sell space or put bums on seats or whatever. So therefore, people got to know you, because they want to come and see you, So if you're not known, nobody wants to come and see you. You're not going to put no bums on seats, not going to sell no tickets. There's no benefit for the people who organise the events to put you on their flyers and on their, advertising and whatever as a speaker, because nobody knows you. So you've got to become known. So I'm not somebody who always wanted to be famous or celebrity or anything like that. I like helping people. So I want to become successful in all areas of my life, so I can help more and more people. So I just need to become as known as possible, so that I can become, known enough to be put into these events and to speak in these places, because then I can help more people. And I don't want to be one of these speakers like there are so many who literally are just there because they want to sell all the stuff in the back of the room. I want to really give value to people and help people. If they want to buy any of my stuff in the back of the room, which is amazing value for money, I would help them even more, then that's up to them. But I don't want to sell it to them. I want to give them the value. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I really do like it. I like helping people. So for me, it's not about making money. So you have to make money in order to grow, in order to help more people. But because the economics of the situation, we live in an economic world. But if I could do what I wanted to do without the money, I would do it without the money, because I'm not interested in the money. I'm interested in helping the people.
Yeah, I know where you're coming from. I've been to events in the past where you just said there's the missing piece at the front of the room, but to buy something at the back of the room.
Yeah.
So there's never quite the complete story.
Yeah.
You always leave you wanting a bit more, which you can pay extra for. Which,
yeah.
So
I see some people wrap up the fact that they want to help people in clever sales and marketing strategies and psychologies and bullying people and pressurizing people to buy stuff and all the rest of that. I don't particularly like those people. I think they're charlatans and they're con men. You know what I mean? Whereas what I want to do is deliver real good value to people. And then if people want to buy more value off me, then have some things that I can do that's going to be exceptional value for money for them. But ultimately, hopefully I'll give them enough information that they don't need to buy anything off me, and they can go away with that information and go and do what they want to do in their life. Because all my information is about what I've learned in the 30 years that I've been an entrepreneur, which is since I was 11. And it's all about networking, building relationships. It's all about sales, marketing. It's all about social media, entrepreneurship, mindset, looking after yourself, the things that people need to be better people and better entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to go because I got another call pending at 10. I'm always late for these calls because I do like to chat to people. I like to find out about them. And I'm 5 minutes late now, so I'll have to end this call so I get the recording and jump onto another one, and someone will be waiting for me, I'm sure. But I'd just like to say thanks for coming on and sharing a little bit about what you do, etc.
Yeah, if it's all right with you, Mike, I'll pop a video across to you on LinkedIn so you can see the video side of it.
I was just going to request that anyway. I was going to say send your stuff over and I'll have a little look at it. Because even if I don't decide to do something anyway, it doesn't mean I don't tell other people about it. Especially people who I think would definitely love to do it,
Yeah. So, and we'd be happily talk to them and start them off.
Yeah, definitely. And the more people that know about things, the more people can choose whether the right things, whether they're doing the right things or not, sort of thing, And it's been great to get to know you, and hopefully we'll stay in touch on socials, etc. And if I can help you in any way, let me know. And likewise, if I need any help or if I need any contacts down in the Southwest, then I know, I can pick up the phone or the LinkedIn or whatever and have a chat with you and see if we can do some introductions.
Yeah, we're always happy to help where we can. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, brilliant. All right, then. Have a great day, and I look forward to staying in touch. Okay?
Yeah, cheers, Mike.
Cheers. Bye-bye. Right, and there's nothing else for me to say other than have a great day. I know I will, and thanks very much for listening. Cheers. Bye-bye.